Let's bring in CNN senior legal analyst Elie Honig. He's the former assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. Elie, great to have you here. So what potential crimes is the district attorney looking at?
Well, Allison, the DA has given us some pretty clear clues as to where she's focused. In her letter asking judges to appoint this special grand jury, Fani Willis wrote that she has a, quote, reasonable probability that the state of Georgia's administration of elections in 2020 was subject to possible criminal disruptions. Now, under Georgia law, it is a crime to solicit, meaning just to ask somebody to commit election fraud. And that includes willfully tampering with votes or certification. The term willfully is really important. What that means legally is they knew what they were doing was wrong and against the law. And to that point, look for prosecutors to focus on, yes, the infamous call from Donald Trump to Brad Raffensperger. So look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have because we won the state. Here's the key words here. Find. Prosecutors are going to say, why find if he really thought he won, and why exactly that many votes, one more than he needed? So that's going to be a key legal question here.
Who else might they be looking at?
We're going to see some big names in play here, potentially as subjects or as witnesses. Senator Lindsey Graham reportedly called Brad Raffensperger a few weeks before this and asked if he might consider throwing out mail-in ballots from certain counties. The governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, reportedly was called by Donald Trump, who asked him to convene a special session of the Georgia legislature. The Georgia State Attorney General, Chris Carr, Trump reportedly asked him to not oppose a challenge to the Georgia election results. And Allison, what would a scandal be without Rudy Giuliani? We know that Rudy went in front of the Georgia state legislature and frankly, he lied. He told them that 10,000 people in Georgia had voted who were dead. The actual number was 2. So all of them could receive subpoenas or could even be potential subjects.
I mean, what you've just described sounds damning to, my uninitiated ears.
Right.
So what will a grand jury do that is different?
Yeah, so it's really important to understand the difference between a trial jury, we all know from watching trials, and a grand jury. The main thing that a grand jury can do is issue subpoenas forcing people to testify. And this is not the congressional subpoenas we've been seeing where people sort of blow them off with no consequence. You cannot mess with a grand jury subpoena. A trial jury, of course, has 12 members. Grand jury has 23, as Sarah just reported. A trial jury must be unanimous. In a grand jury, all you need is a majority. It's much easier to get that. The burden of proof. You have to prove, of course, your case beyond a reasonable doubt to a trial jury. But in the grand jury, the legal standard is much lower. It's just probable cause. Of course, what a trial jury does is return a verdict, guilty or not guilty. All the grand jury can do is issue an indictment. As Sarah said, this is a special grand jury. All they can do is issue a recommendation that may then go to a regular grand jury, which can indict. And finally, trials, of course, are public. You can go watch them. We can put them on TV. Grand jury proceedings are non-public, so we won't know what's happening day by day. However, people who get subpoenas are allowed to tell us about it. They can walk out of that room and say, hey, here's what I was just asked. Here's how I answered. So we're going to have a decent sense of what's happening in that room, even if we're not actually in there.
That's really helpful to have you spell it out that way. Okay, let's talk about the January 6th committee,
Sure.
What they're doing. So they've now asked for 3 congressmen. They need information from these guys.
Yeah, the most interesting new revelation, by the way, is this one. Representative Andy Biggs, that he was involved in talks about potential presidential pardons for people relating to January 6th. I mean, why might one be interested in a pardon, one must ask. Now, the thing is, the committee has already decided, it's pretty clear, they're not going to be subpoenaing their own fellow members, and that would probably include these 3. So unless and until the committee decides we're going to play hardball here, we're going to subpoena even our own fellow members of Congress, they're going to be free to just sort of shrug off these requests for information. And the thing to remember, Allison, a subpoena is not an accusation. A subpoena is just a request, an order for testimony. So if they saw things, if they're witnesses, they should have nothing to hide. But again, it's a political game, it's a legal game.